Look alive, ladies and gentlemen. We are back. Thursday night football recap with your boy, AK. Yes, I know I'm decked out in Niners gear. That's just who I am. People are going to watch this video and be like, why is a Niners fan talking about the Packers and the Lions as their bitter rivals? Who cares? Doesn't matter. We're here to talk football. I can be unbiased. Yes. Will I take some jabs from time to time? Yes, of course I will. But who cares? That's what's football. We're fans. I mean, I can be objective, talk football, be okay, and still talk trash about your team. That's what makes football fun. If you're gonna get that mad about it, then I don't know what to tell you. So, but we are back. Last week we were not back because it was Thanksgiving. There was 3 days. There was no way we were doing an instant recap, even though we did a show on Wednesday. The holidays don't slow your boys down. The Millie Goats move on. I think Thursday now. The last true Thursday night game we had was Steelers Browns. And then we had this beauty, which was another 3-point game. So we got the Jameis Snow game, the last Thursday night game. And then we had this beautiful game that ended 34-31 in favor of the Lions, who won their 11th straight game, 6 out of their last 7 against the Packers. Sorry, Packers fans. I know you're probably mad. But Thursday night is making a push to have the premier game, the premier primetime game. So good for them. But what a game. What a game. I mean, 2 premier teams in the NFC. Detroit won 11 in a row. 6-1 at home, 6 out of the last 7 against the Packers. This game, we're going to pull it up here in a second, but we had some questions about, I mean, B. McCormick, you're back, dude. What's up? No. We're okay with Thursday night games, dude. We're okay. We like them. But of course we've got the notepad. I always write my notes. I always write my notes down. Well, we're about to get B. McCormick. We're about to get Saturday games too. And we're gonna have a Christmas games. We're gonna have games all over the place in the NFL. But the notes are back. Let's first and they don't hit. Oh. Well, the over, first of all, let's pull that up. Let's get this out. Nobody cares about Chris Canty. Nobody cares. Nobody cares. Whatever her name is. Then they're going to argue about Brock Purdy, of course. Let's stop sharing that. Let's bring up the other one that actually means something here. Let's bring up the other one here. So we do a show every Wednesday night. I see people piling in here, right? We do a show every Wednesday night. And it is, we just basically get on there and start talking just basically nonsense, right? We love talking football, but we're kind of serious, but we also like to have a lot of fun. So these are the questions that we asked prior to the game. This is what we wanted to know. The over-under, whenever I wrote all this stuff out, oh, dude. I know in the first half there was only 23 points. I know. It should have been under, way under. And then these defenses. But we made this. The Lions are favored by 3.5 at home, and the over-under was 51 whenever I did this on Monday. So the questions were that we wanted answered tonight. J-Vi wanted to know, can the Lions be considered a real contender if they never play a home snow game? That is so true. We question their toughness. Now, they're probably going to get the 1 seed. But if they lose, and Philly gets the 1 seed, and they got to go to play Philly, are they going to forget how to play in the cold? Will the Lions forget how to play in the cold? Are they house cats now? They used to be outside cats, outdoor cats. Now they're not. So we won't know. We'll have to wait and see. TBD on J-Vi's hot take. Tex wanted to know, if the Packers win, will it be because they stole the info from Jahmyr Gibbs' TikTok? Turns out it didn't matter because the Lions won. And Gibbs was okay. Dylon said, this is a character contradiction. A quote, this is a character contradiction that hurts the soul of football integrity game, end quote. Because I have to pull for the Packers to win. And Dylon is our known Vikings fan, and he's riding higher than. And I've known Dylon for a long time. He's riding higher than he's ever ridden. When he should be. That's good for him. Again, we're all fans of teams. When your team's doing well, you talk trash. That's what you do. People are always like, you shouldn't talk that much trash. Like, no, when you finally get the chance to do it, run your mouth. Don't apologize for it. Is it going to blow up in your face? Probably, because somehow they're going to make the Chiefs champions. Also, hilarious videos out there, the ref getting taken down, and everybody saying, hope the Chiefs injuries aren't hurting them. That was great. Good job, whoever made that joke. My question was, this is the firmly in the MVP discussion, or watch out for this guy for MVP game for love and golf. So, with that being said, let's get out of this. Let's bring this back out. That was the question I wanted to know. And let's take a look at the stats, because that's really what matters, right? Everybody was talking. Jared Goff, I think, was 3rd or 4th in the MVP voting, and people were waiting, right? They were waiting for Jordan Love to do his thing. Jordan Love was 12 of 20 for 206. He had 2 touchdowns. But this is what people were waiting for, right? And this is where people are going to say, oh, you're just a bitter Niners fan. Niners fan talking about Packers, Lions, whatever. I like football. I'm going to be as objective as I can. I love football. We talk the truth. Will I take jabs? Yes, of course. Let's say that at the beginning. But this is what I'm looking at right here. This was the question I had. I was like, the media was about ready to, depending on what happened with this game. Because both these defenses are pretty good. I know Detroit has a ton of injuries on defense. So does Green Bay. Everybody's injured. I mean, everybody's injured. But what we were seeing was, okay, who's going to be the one? Jordan Love had completed 3 passes at halftime. I think I have something. I have some stats I'm going to bring up here in a second, anyways, from an account. Jordan Love had 3 completions. Now, in the second half, he completed 9 more passes and threw for a touchdown. I guess Tucker Kraft. And he threw for 206. And Jared Goff was 32 of 41, 283 and 3 with an interception. So, I mean, it goes back to the question what is this? Why is this? Can I not get out of this? I don't want this. Can I hide this? P. McCormick says, the question is, if this comes to a late playoff game for the Super Bowl, who's going to win? I don't know, but that's the question you have about these 2 quarterbacks, right? Is Jordan Love, is he talented? Yeah. But I mean, 12 of 20 for 206 and 1 on the road? Division game? I know of another quarterback that if they did that, they'd try to relegate them to the CFL. Let's just be honest. Completing 3 passes at halftime. I'll pull up a more specific one. And then Jared Goff was 32 of 41 for 283 and 3. A little bit better, but still, like, are these MVP numbers? Did we watch the game thinking, wow, these were the reasons that they won? And then you go down here to the rushing and to the box score, and you're like, oh, Josh Jacobs had 3 touchdowns. Now, you could look at that and be like, oh, Josh Jacobs had 3 touchdowns. And one of those, they were set up by some very nice plays by Jordan Love. You have to say, there's one throw that he made that I've got saved over here that was pretty damn good, I'll admit. They were trying to force feed the ball to Christian Watson for some reason. And then out of nowhere, Tim Patrick, let's take a look at the scoring summary. So we had David Montgomery, shout out me, because first touchdown score, David Montgomery, that was plus 550. Cash it. I also threw some for some other ones. It's not the only one I put on. So Detroit goes up 7-0. In the second, we had quite a few more scoring. We had a little field goal by Jake Bates, and Josh Jacobs gets his scoring started. Jahmyr Gibbs gets his scoring. I mean, those 2 running backs for Detroit, dude. It's just ridiculous. What a punch. 1-2 punch. Halftime, we're sitting at 17-7. And this is what B. McCormick was saying. You're sitting there with 24 points at halftime. The over-under is at 53. I checked before the game started. You're like, okay, we're doing great. These defenses are about to start playing. Nope. Green Bay goes right down the field and scores in like a minute and a half. Then they get the ball back. And then Josh Jacobs scores again, take the lead. Then Tim Patrick comes and gets his first touchdown since 2021. What a crazy story he is. He's had all kinds of injuries, Achilles, ACL, all that stuff. So he gets his first touchdown in 2 years for 3 years. Phenomenal. Josh Jacobs scores again. I mean, now we're in the second half. We're just going back and forth. We're trading blows. These teams are physical. You can see the blitzing. They don't generate a lot of pressure. Either team, really. I mean, with the loss of Aiden Hutchinson, I mean, Zadarius Smith did have some plays, but neither of these teams generate pressure without having to blitz, which is an advantage towards Philly because Philly in the NFC can do that. So, but yeah, so we're going down, we're going back and forth. And then we get Tim Patrick with another one. Brandon McManus makes a field goal to tie it. That was a misstep on Green Bay's part. They should have scored. They should have scored a touchdown there. And then Detroit decides to go for it. This was a crazy stat. Detroit is 6 for 7 on fourth down conversions against Green Bay this year. 6 of 7. Okay. That's wild. They've gone for it 7 times. They've got it 6 against Green Bay. The only time they didn't was whenever they were the third quarter. They went for the first down on fourth down from their own 30. Before that, they were 3 of 3. So that's the, like, you can say whatever you want to. People are going to question Dan Campbell if they didn't get that field or that one in the third quarter, the fourth down conversion. People are going to rip him a new one. You can't be playing grit ball. You can't be playing you're tougher than this, blah, 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 blah. Like, people are going to rip him, but they end up winning the game, so it doesn't matter. But I guarantee you on the shows tomorrow, people will be like, you can't, this guy's just a loose cannon. You can't let him do this. It's going to cost him in the playoffs. Da, 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 da. No, his team loves it. They put the field goal kicker out there at the end of the game, and then they brought him back. They pulled, who did that the other day? They pulled the old Las Vegas Raiders when Antonio Pierce put his punt team out, called a timeout against the Chiefs, put his kicker out there. He's never made a 58-yarder, I don't think. And he misses it terribly, and then that's, how the rest of that goes. So, but hilarious. So anyways, crazy ending. Love the gutsy call. Dan Campbell did it his way, 4th and inches. We're just going to get the football. Jared Goff almost screwed it up. That was funny. So yeah, some crazy stats. Now, I think really the star of you could say whatever you want to about this game. I mean, it was a great game. Great. You've got the AFC North football between, Steelers, Ravens, Browns, Steelers, Bengal, all that stuff where it's just tough. And, is the NFC North coming for them? I don't know. But if you're part of the North, like if you're like AFC North versus NFC North, which is a tougher brand of football, you still have to go with the AFC North. I'm sorry, NFC North. Physical game tonight, but I think the Lions they're gritty, but they're also finesse. I think they're finesse. I think they're getting a little too finesse. The Packers, a little more physical. Where the hell was Jaden Reed? Was he hurt? Did he get hurt? Nobody knows. So sorry if you had him for fantasy. Also the overhit. Good for everybody who bet the over. Sorry, B. McCormick. So, but anyways, so let's take a look at I like looking at the team stats. See how evenly matched the game is, everybody. First downs. Complete domination by the Lions. 27-17. Third down efficiency. Whoa! Green Bay? There you go. That's where you lost the game. Look at this. Wow. Like, the score was really close. That means Green Bay was just super efficient. Super efficient. To have 30 less plays. Now, you look at that. Look, you know where it came from? They went for it on fourth down. They got it 3 times, so they were guaranteed at least 12 more plays out of that. So that's a big difference. So there you go. Okay. That's where it made up. You got 12 there, then you got 21 there. That's 33. Yeah. It's about right. Close to it. There was a turnover somewhere in there. So you can see how that adds up. The third down efficiency and the fourth down efficiency got them tons more plays. Wow. Geez, Green Bay. What are you doing? You need to get in the film room and figure out what to do on third down. That's pathetic. 105. You can do it, say whatever you want to. I don't know if you're a Green Bay Packers fan, anybody who's watching Green Bay Packers fan or listening. What is your take? Like if you're a Green Bay Packers fan, do you feel good coming out of this? Because when you look at the stats, it's kind of weird. You got outgained by almost 100 yards. You had 30 less plays. Your third down, and this is me not dumping on the Packers. I'm looking at this and I'm like, whoa. It was a close game, but then you look at all the statistics, you're like, wow. But so it's that's where you can look. I mean, that's where the advantage came. Now you could say Green Bay was beating them so bad or so efficient and so, precise with what they were doing that it forced Detroit's hand, but still no sacks by either. See, that's what we were talking about. No sacks by either, one sack by each team. Look, if you're going to make we've seen this. If you're going to make a run deep in the playoffs, you've got to get after the quarterback. You've got to force turnovers. Pat Mahomes, whenever you get pressure on him, he gets furious. Watch the Raiders last week, pal. Watch the Raiders. Josh Allen, different animal. Lamar, I don't know. Rushing. Green Bay didn't even get to 100 yards. Lions didn't get, these are two really stout defenses against the run anyways. I think they were like 5th and 8th or something, or 2nd and 5th against the run. Passing is where they were you could get them, and that's what the Lions ended up doing eventually to the Packers. So, red zone, both really good in the red zone. 4 or 5, nice. Penalties fairly even, turnovers 1 each, and then time of possession. That's just the Lions going for it on 4th, sustaining drives, putting them on the table, so to speak. The old Dan Campbell analogy. So, there you go. When you look at the box score or the team stats, Lions got you the upper hand there. So, you're getting 10 more first downs. Again, it goes back to getting those extra possessions on 4th. So, but it's our top performers. This was Jared Goff. We already talked about Goff and Love. I don't know. I don't know if you come out of this like Jordan Love makes some plays. You're like, holy smokes, that's pretty damn good. I got to highlight one here in a second. And then Goff will do some things where you're like, oh, I do the old Tony Romo, I don't know, Jim. Where he almost falls and fumbles on the 4th down. So, anyways, but two-headed monster again for Detroit. They didn't really do much on the ground, but they did get a touchdown, and then Josh Jacobs had his 3. So, and Jameson Williams was coming out hot. So, everybody looking for Amon-Ra St. Brown. Tim Patrick had all the touchdowns. Tucker Kraft had a touchdown. Christian Watson had a pretty decent game. So, Christian Watson with the fumble. There you go. Dude, it's just every time you want to believe in the guy, it's like he does something and you're like, man, that just sucks for that guy. It sucks for Christian Watson. Don't get me started on his hamstring, people. Don't get me started on his hamstring. Okay. There you go. Linebackers highly active for Green Bay. Leading tacklers. And then Jack Campbell. Gotta love. What a football name. What a football name that is, Jack Campbell. That just sounds like NFL films. He's slow motion video camera, face mask. He's breathing in slow motion with the fog coming out. It's like that's Jack Campbell, number 46. Dun, dun, and you can hear the music in the background. Dun, 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 dun. So, all right, let's take a gander at the playoff picture. Here we go. Okay, here we go. Wait a minute. Okay, they did clinch. The Lions clinched. There you go. Put the Nacho Libre gif up there, Detroit Lions, where he clenches his butt cheeks. Clinched. There you go. Number 2, the Eagles, Vikings. So the Packers are in the 6th slot. I mean, it's hard to believe they're not going to make the playoffs. So I don't know if that did much to their chances. The 7 slot's going to be up for grabs. There's still a lot to unfold in the last 6 weeks of the season. So we'll see. There's the Niners down there at 11. Still above the Cowboys. In your face, Cowboys fans. Y'all talking all that trash. Get out of here. So, hey, got some work to do. But, okay, there you go. Now, here's some highlights that I wanted to show from the game. Look. Number 1, when this dude came across the camera, I don't even know, because you can't rewind the Amazon Prime. You just can't do it. But this guy, who I don't know how, he's got the cheese grater hat on. Let's not forget, he's got the cheese grater hat. And he brings in what looks like, I think I have that exact model. I can't remember what it's called. It's micro something. Oh, gosh, this is going to kill me. Who knows it? Somebody tell me. But anyways, that guy flashes across the camera. Yeah, that's incredible. Whoever pulled that picture, that was probably the social media team. That was just beautiful. That is a football guy. Look, he looks like he's got some salad coming out the back there. He's got the shades on inside. Nice beard. Football body there. Nice football body. Looks like he's been to a few tailgates. Nothing wrong with that. So, but just an all-timer. I mean, I wonder how much cheese he actually had, right? Like, I think that's the question. So he sneaks in. I don't know how he snuck in. That could be a weapon. I mean, you could shave somebody's face off with that. Some Hannibal Lecter nonsense. But anyways, this guy sneaks in. I don't know if he snuck it in, or if it was one of those deals where the security guards just kind of tip their hat and they're like, "That's good. We're gonna see you. You're about to go viral, buddy." So he's just got. I wonder what he did with the cheese. Can you imagine being the cleanup crew right there? Holy cow! I wonder if it was nice cheese. There's a lot of questions I have. Who is this guy? Is there anybody know this guy? Can we put the word out of interviewing this guy? Somebody, anybody, whoever, how do we get the word out to interview this guy? I would love to know what he was thinking and how this all took place. It's like whenever the Nashville Predators people, they sneak the catfish in, right? Into there, and then they just chuck it onto the ice. So, but I think that was basically the biggest moment there was. I'm pretty sure. So, good kudos to that guy. Again, can we get the an interview out there? That's what we need. We need an interview for that guy. So let's just run through. Okay. This is what I saw. Oh, there it is. Jared Goff at the half was 14 of 20, 131 for a touchdown. Jordan Love at the half was 3 of. How do you? The half is 30 minutes of football. How do you throw for seven attempts, 3 completions, 31 yards at the half? That's terrible. That's pathetic. You cannot come to me as a Green Bay Packers fan and look at that and be like, that's what we wanted. What is that? It's not like Goff was much better, but I mean, I'd take that over this. I mean, that's Aiden O'Connell numbers when he was a rookie. So I don't know what that was all. I don't know if that was a play call thing. It's like they didn't want to throw the football. They were, in some of these divisional games, you saw it with. I mean, you see it all the time where they just want to be like, we're tougher than you, and they just throw everything else out the window. So whatever. But anyways, I just thought that was hilarious. This was also a cool play. Tucker Kraft catches the old flat route there, gets decked, and then hits the gymnast recoil right there. Absolutely sick. So that was cool. And then this was crazy too. This is a ridiculous stat. Josh Jacobs has forced 7 missed tackles tonight, creating 38 yards and a touchdown after missed tackles. Jacobs currently leads the NFL in missed tackle forced this season, 84, including 32 over his last 3 games. This is when you look at the running backs, the Derrick Henrys, the Joe Mixons, Josh Jacobs, all these guys, Saquon Barkley, all these guys that switch teams. Common denominator that their quarterback play has coincidentally gone up. And there's nothing wrong with that. But I don't know how I feel about the Lions all blues. I don't know. I miss the gray pants, the silver pants. I don't know how I feel about it. This was the throw. So this is what Chase Daniels said. I wrote this down in my notes. Like, I wrote this down. I was like, the Love throw is 7 minutes to go to Watson. So this right here, where he evades the rush, sets his feet, and then throws just a floating crosser right there. That's a heck of a throw. The other angle where they show it from behind was even better. I mean, that's big boy football right there. I mean, if he throws that ball at a second behind, it's picked. It's picked. So there you go. Anywho, that's it. I mean, if you're the Packers, I mean, obviously you can't win the division now. It's out. So you're playing for the wild card. And more than likely you're going to be. I mean, if you draw the Seahawks, I mean, you're in the 6th slot there. Hold on, let's pull this back up. I mean, worst case scenario, you drop to the 7, which I don't think you would. But worst case scenario, you can't get to the 4, so you get to the 7, you're gonna. If I'm the Packers, because I lost that game, I'm trying to stay in the 6th spot because, well, 5 or 6, because you're gonna get the winner of the NFC South, the NFC West. So 5 and 6, we'll see. That should be fun. That should be a lot of fun. But right now, we'll just have, we're going to get this preview right now, Falcons Vikings this weekend. That would just be so great if it was just Kirk Cousins' revenge game. Just let us have it. Let us have it. So, anywho, that's it. Nice little half an hour here. Nothing wrong with that. Check us out on Saturday night. I'm not doing anything tomorrow, but Saturday night we're going to do our pick'em contest. We went 4-1 last week against the spread. So Saturday night we will be doing. I think J Bones will be back. I mean, all this holiday stuff has kind of thrown off the schedule. But over the next few weeks we're going to be back on schedule. Christmas week will be a little weird because Christmas is on a Wednesday. That's usually when we record. Christmas Eve is on a Tuesday, so we're going to have to figure out what we want to do. But look, we got all this stuff. Our podcast is out Mondays and Thursday mornings. It's the new episode came out today. Previews the weekend football, talks college football playoff, this and that. And our live shows are Wednesdays and Sundays. So anywhere you get your podcast, if you want to subscribe to our show, that would be phenomenal. And then that way it downloads automatically. You leave a review, you hit this 5 stars, and then tell us what we're doing wrong or tell us what we're doing right. That's what it's all about. So, and then all of our social medias plus a Facebook, just search the Millie Goats. That's it. I don't have anything else. I'm excited about football. We've got so we're gonna get ready for the college football conference championships. In the meantime, go check out our podcast, latest episode. See you Saturday night, and if not Saturday night, see you Sunday. Go Bills. You guys, insufferable. Insufferable. See you, BMO.